Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome back. Here we are in the midst of it all. So we got a couple of things that we're going to address today. And first things first, I just want to start by shouting out everybody that's here because I know I'm bad at the whole shout out things. So okay, well, Owen Stephanie, thank you for coming by, but today we're back to the normal members only. Um welcome. Kiki, hey, what's going on? And then salute to the bunny bun, but you're gonna have to become a member if you want to keep participating in the chat. Carla, our girl, hey, and uh, I know you're not getting notifications. It's a little sketchy right now. Salute to Kat. Yeah, Michaela. Hey, who else do we have in here? Black Panther Creative, Ron, Pat Blair. Who else do we got coming through? Okay, well, oh, and Love Leroy, hey. So, and we got 34 likes, appreciate that. 24 people in the building. We have to remember that this community is probably one of the most hated on communities
Mm.
on YouTube. So please, let's make sure that we're liking and you know what? Let me
The question is why hate? I think you only hate up. You never hate down. You don't see a homeless person. I hate that homeless. No, people pity homeless people, bums, right? They hate up. They'll hate a person who has more money than them. So why the hate?
I mean, the truth is there is a lot of there's just a lot of foolishness that's going on YouTube these days. And it's kind of sad. Like it really is. It's kind of sad. There's a lot of vitriol and but I think the thing that's kind of bothering me more than anything right now is just people seem to got the game all messed up. Like there's so much wild stuff that happens on this app that people tend to people tend to forget, reality and what's real. Now, I'm going to say this. I got to get ready to go and get something. So I'm going to let you start off and then I'll come back in and say what I have to say. But I want to preface it by this clickbait. What is clickbait? Is clickbait honest content creating or is it a way to scam people to your channel? Like, I just want to start with that clickbait. I'll never forget a while ago, years ago, before YouTube became the illustrious demon horde pit that it is today, there was a video that said Beyonce falls down on stage and is severely hurt or something like that, right? And turned on the video, and guess what? Nope. It was 5 seconds of her dancing like a wild person, and then it instantly went into something, some like irrelevant, benign, whatever, whoopty whoopty woo. But when I looked at the video, because of the name that he had in it and because of the title, like I think at that point in time, the video had like 500,000 views. 500,000. And all somebody has to do is stay on your channel. I believe it's for what, 30 seconds for it to count as a view.
Mm.
So as long as someone's on your channel for 30 seconds, and so this is what a lot of these people used to do. A lot of these scamming content creators here on YouTube, they would say, "Oh, such and such did this, did that." They would have 25 seconds of that person up there, and you're sitting there watching, waiting to see if it's going to be what they said it is in the video. And then their content would come through, and you're sitting there looking, and for 15 seconds, You're like, oh, this ain't what this is. And then you move on. But the thing is, they had 20, 25 seconds of the person that they said was in the video, bunch of benign stuff that wasn't there, 15 seconds of their own content coming in after that. That's over 35 seconds. That's enough time for it to count as a view. See? So essentially, they were scamming views. That's what they did. They were scamming views. They knew that they didn't have in the title what was in the title. They knew that what they did have, nobody was really going to be interested in. They just needed to make sure that they took it and framed it just enough, just enough to keep you there long enough for them to steal that view. Now, what I'm going to say is this. If you're an honest content creator, if you're a real journalist, if what you're here to do is really share information and do all of that and engage with an honest community. Oh, and by the way, thank you for 354 people that are here, but we only got 59 likes. Can we get the likes to
Hit the
match the
like,
views?
hit, hit the
Yeah.
like button,
This
y'all.
is a mobile upload. All you have to do, I mean, please, let's show people that we're here. There
Yeah.
are content creators that like to talk crap about me and do clickbait videos about me and say that I don't have a platform of my own and that all that I do is go and sit on other people's platform and I have no platform, which is really funny because this is the eighth channel that I put up that hasn't been, illegitimately or by sketchy means taken down. Please hit the like. But I just wanted to make that very clear. So on that note, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'll be right back.
Where you going?
I had to just grab
I'm
something. Something just got dropped off
just
for me.
messing with you. I know that's all. It's okay. I'm messing with you. I know. Um, I mean, if we're talking about clickbait, you just walking on the ceiling like Lionel Richie. Um, Clickbait. Now we're referring to online content. Everybody know what clickbait is. People use clickbait for thumbnails, for certain headlines as well, right? It's basically there to grab your attention, to get you to click on it. You know, uh, you got a lot of content creators running game, trying to get you to click on their stuff for promises of seeing something sensational, shocking, emotionally charged, and it's misleading. So just the let's go with that. Remember, clickbait, misleading. That's all that clickbait is. Clickbait just means misleading, and it's used to generate traffic. You know, a lot of these times these content creators need revenue, so they need more traffic to their sites. A lot of people do it on YouTube. We're gonna get into the clickbait. Remember, what I said, misleading, right? Clickbait basically is misleading because okay, characteristics of clickbait is to get you emotionally involved. It's something vague. It's something shocking. It's something sensational. The headline, the thumbnail. Again, misleading, right? Misleading. There's a YouTuber who's been on YouTube for some years now. He's a young individual. He's been on maybe since he's about 16 years old. He's 24. Noah Jacob TV, and I think he just spazzed out because Jag mentioned him. Not only did Jag mention him, Jag called him out for clickbait. He's supposed to be a Christian content creator, but he's misleading. He's using tactics of Satan. Let's just run it. Let's just say what it is, right? He's using tactics of Satan because if you're misleading, you're not of God. This guy crashed out because Jaguar called him out for using clickbait, for using an AI video. He even admitted himself. He said, that he was clickbaiting. But I mean, he called. He said some other stuff. Delusions of grandeur. He said, "You come against me, you're coming against God." I was just like, "Wait, this guy."
Let's get that clear and understand this. I've always spoken highly of Noah Jacob TV. I've always, anytime I see Christian content creators, young Christian content creators trying to do positive, honest content, I always share it with people, especially on my big interviews, because I want to make sure that people get that shot and that people get that look. Like anyone who's following me, I want them to follow the good stuff. But let's be clear, when you start putting up titles saying that someone actually got hurt, that someone was actually harmed, that their life was put in jeopardy. When you have people in your comments saying, oh my God, Jag, whoopty whoopty woo. I guess people think it's all a joke. Like, I don't know how many videos have been put up saying that I was deceased, calling my death day. Someone put it, Jaguar Wright has passed away, and whoopty whoopty woo, and yada yada yada. See, I don't consider that clickbait. I consider that
Nah,
witchcraft. I consider
it
that
is.
witchcraft
It
because
is.
what you're doing is you're wishing a terrible circumstance on another human being. So when you start saying that I was almost taken out by hitmen from someone who I've been speaking out against, who I've whistleblown against for many, many years, I'm sorry. I do not take that as clickbait. And guess what? That's exactly why I dropped your name in that real life interview. All I did was do to you what you did to me. I just did it smarter. That's
You shine.
all.
You shine the light on roaches. When you shine the lights on roaches, they scatter. And for
Well,
that
see,
20-minute video, he
mm,
basically, in a sense, he was scattering.
I mean, look, he's gonna do whatever he wants to do. And the thing is I ain't even got nothing against him. For crying out loud, when I posted this, I tagged him in this video and said, feel free to come through, since you didn't seem to know that I actually have a channel. But for somebody that has as many lying, like lying ass content on me all the time, people lying on me all the time, people putting up clickbait videos on me all the time. The one thing that you don't expect is to see someone who says that they're like a positive supporter of you to jump on that train. Like, it would be wrong if I did a video saying that Noah Jacob TV contracted an STD from another content creator, right? That would be wrong of me to say. But what made it even worse was it wasn't your content that was holding that up. You literally used an AI video and you didn't even bother to research whether or not it was accurate at all. Like
Now
to
listen,
me, using that AI video was just as stupid as them putting me in that Diddy lawsuit when I was in jail and couldn't have done it. It was
he
about the
said
same for me.
he said he doesn't remember what he said in the video, but he doesn't think he was lying. Now, straight up again, clickbait. What did we say it was? It's misleading. And we can also say misleading is something like bearing false witness. Bearing false witness
Oh no,
basically is to give untrue testimony or lying about
yeah,
someone.
yeah.
And this is what you just did.
If you shared that video and everything in that video was a lie for the most part, then what you did was engage in gossip. He wanted to talk about the Bible and he wanted to talk about his religious beliefs. But what I do find a problem with is that you don't seem to understand what the Bible says. You don't. See, it speaks in the Bible of the danger of gossip, and that when you start getting into gossiping, you're involving yourself in witchcraft. That's what it says.
Yeah.
So if you're
Mhm.
sharing another video that's lying about someone and you're passing that along, and by the way, we could do better with these likes. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
yeah, we need at
Come on, y'all.
least 300 more likes. Like, come
Double.
on,
Come
you
on,
guys
y'all.
are
Y'all just
tripping.
tap. Just
You
double
guys are
tap.
tripping.
That's
Just
just
double
that
tap the
simple.
screen. Um, but see, this is the thing. If you're passing that off, Even if you say, oh, well, I didn't make the video, I was just sharing it. That makes you a part of the lie now, too. You're disseminating it. It's the same thing. It's no different than gossip. You're passing that on. But once again,
Yes.
misleading, let's talk about misleading. And since we want to get into if you going against me, you going against God, like that sounds really cute, you know. And I always tell people all the time, if you got a problem with me, you don't got a problem with me, you got a problem with God. That's what I say. I don't say going against me is like going against God. No, because that's just being a little bit too weird. No, no. If I'm doing what God tells me to do, if I'm doing God's work, and I know that I'm integral, and I know that I'm doing, everything on a clear conscience, then yeah, you have a problem with the fact that I'm following God's word or following God's urging. You do. Yeah, you have a problem with it. Okay, I don't know why the like stopped, but we need to keep double tapping that screen.
Yeah, yeah. Come on. What we're gonna do is what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this conversation up because
Well,
what we came
there's
here
a
for
little,
is
I know, but there's a little bit more that I just wanted to address
yeah,
regarding the
but yeah,
Bible.
go ahead. But let's not spend too much time on
No, no, we're
I,
not.
I hate these types of Christians, and I can say I hate because I hate certain shit. I hate these types of Christians. Go ahead. They get
Got
on
it.
my goddamn nerves.
But see, this is the thing. If you go back, if you are a Bible believing Christian, and you go back to Genesis at the beginning of the fall of man, it talks about the story of the serpent approaching Eve, and how he told her, "Oh, you can eat of the tree. You can eat of the tree. Oh no, you will not surely die. No, you'll just know everything like God does." He was being very misleading, wasn't he? It was actually
Well,
misleading conversation that led us into the fall of man. So if you're going to sit there and not be accountable for the fact that you can't run around calling yourself something and you're not living up to it. You have to live up to it. Period. And if you don't like what somebody says about you, that's fine. But if it don't apply, let it fly. At the end of the day, you did what you did, and guess what? I got my lick back. And I got my lick back on a platform that's just about as big as yours. But more importantly than that, what I really want people to learn is that if you want people to see you as what you say you are, then you got to be that by all means, at all costs. You can't sit up there and say, oh, well, it was a solid clickbait title and it was clickbait and it was clickbait and I don't even know what I said in the video. And like, no, you got to be accountable. You got to be accountable.
yeah.
See, that's of God. Accountability is of God. If you know that you did something wrong, then you did something wrong. And it's real simple. Say, you know what? She's absolutely right. I ran with that title. I didn't know what was going on. I'm sitting here, I'm leading into it. Maybe I just got caught up in the whole content creating thing. Maybe I just, maybe I need to revamp the way I'm doing my content, because there's plenty of content creators that put out good videos and get decent numbers without having to lie in their title to get people to show up.
So here's where I want to land, and it's really just about people in that hive mind. Because when I was looking through the comments, first off, I'll address a few things that he said. He called you a hater. He said maybe you're going through menopause.
Oh, he said
He
that.
said yeah. He also said you're messing with the wrong one. We we're gonna I'm gonna call him out. We're gonna chop it up about that. I'm gonna do another part too because I mentioned him when I said why content creators be capping. Where I got Storm Monroe on my channel, and we're talking about that. We're gonna go deeper. I'm gonna go.
He
I'm
said,
gonna just go
I'm a
in.
hater. I'm a
He
hater
called
and
you a
I'm
hater.
and
He
I'm
said you
going through
almost
menopause.
told you to watch your mouth, and he said you almost look stupid. So, like I said, that's
I
why I said
almost look stupid.
I'm Jag. We're not gonna spend too much time because I'm gonna go in. Let the men handle what the men handle. You get what I'm saying? And it ain't
Hmm.
nothing. He's a little boy. He's just this what does he do? He lords the Bible, he lords his Christianity. I'm gonna check him. See, check this out. True leadership, if you're a true leader, number one, if you are of God, you ain't gotta go out and say it. That's why I say I hate these types of Christians. The ones that, they put all these scriptures and they're like, just shut up and walk it. Don't talk it, walk it. I hate those types of Christians. Number two, you on a high horse and you got all these people. So you got over 1.4 million people that tune in and listen to what you have to say.
That
And then
you
I'm looking at you
influence.
that you're influencing them and you're calling yourself a so-called Christian, but you are gossiping, you're spreading misinformation, you're disseminating disinformation. Um, Again, you're the harmful consequences of putting out a video that's with the intent of like hurt to hurt someone's well-being or the reputation. You looked at a video, you didn't vet it, but you still reacted to it. Come on, bro. And then you got your people in the comment section who are just going along with what you have to say, not being critical thinkers and saying, you know what, it was a few people I saw and they were like, you know what, you was wrong. Jack can respond the way because you were wrong. You did have a few people that were there, but the majority of the people, if you ain't got morals, bro, if you call yourself a Christian and you have no morals, because that's somewhat immoral if you really think about it. I know my stepmom used to say, "Don't do anything illegal or immoral," and she's the type of Christian I love. She was a real one. Now these new ones, just remember, don't do anything illegal, don't do anything immoral. You have no morals if you're running around here with that bullshit, bro. So
At the end of the day,
I'm gonna just go in on 'em on my shit. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what we
and
gonna
that's
do.
fine, and that's fine, and we appreciate all 860 people here. I'm just not understanding
Oh, we
why
gotta
we
hit
don't
y'all gotta
have
hit the
at
like,
least
hit the like
500
button.
likes.
Hit
Like
the like
that's
button.
kind of
Look,
crazy.
we still gonna. I still got the audio. I still
And this
got
is the
the
thing.
audio,
I'm not even mad at him. That's the thing. I'm not even mad at him. I did what I did, and I said what I
and
said.
that's it.
And
That's
guess
it.
what? And guess what? That was my version of clickbait. Because I know all of your people are going to show up and they're going to watch and they're going to look and they're going to do what they have to do. And guess what? I'm out here in these streets fighting to make sure that my channel that gets suppressed all of the time, when I'm actually doing real content creating, sharing real journalism. There's a lot of content creators that haven't touched the Demore Hadley story, that haven't even jumped onto the crusade for justice for the Hadleys. And it's kind of sad because this is the thing. Noah Jacobs is a young black man. He's a young black man. He should care about the Hadley story. Want to know why? Because Javon Hadley is a young black man, and his life it has been ran amok. They false arrests, all kinds of things. Why aren't there more young black content creators, male content creators, talking about this story and how real it is and how terrible it is? See, I did that for a reason. I called you out for a reason. You want to do something? I dare you to touch this story. I
Hmm,
dare you to cover the Hadley story. I dare
I
you to
don't
be
think you want.
one of the first male content creators to come forward and say, as a young black man and a Christian, the kind of devilish demon work that they're doing on these people's lives, we stand against. I have a platform of over 1 million subscribers, and I'm asking everybody to support these people. I'm asking everybody to pray for these people, to hold these. You haven't even offered prayer on your platform for these people.
Well, again, Jack.
No, seriously.
Listen,
Because that was the context in which I brought it out. Because, see, whether or not he knows it, him sharing that video was low key discouraging other content creators from
yeah.
wanting to talk about the Hadley's story because you made it seem with sharing that information because that's what that whole video was about. That whole video was an intimidation tactic to other content creators to get them to not talk about a story that all of you should be talking about.
Yeah,
All of
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Rock
Y'all hit the
Nation
like button.
has been
Hit
running
the like button.
around, running amok on people's lives, destroying all kinds of young black men's lives. Aren't you a young black man? How do you have nothing to say about this? How do none of you have anything to say about it? But you have no
We,
problem
we,
with sharing and disseminating a video that low key is meant to discourage people from talking about this very, very, very important conversation.
he probably don't consider himself a young black man because he bunny hops, but that's a whole nother time.
What? See, I
Anyway,
don't know. I really don't
you
know.
know, I do research. I do research.
I see.
Like I said, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Ooh.
that. That's
I
a whole
mean,
nother
Meek
convo.
Mills was bunny hopping. So, oh, well,
Madam
we
Adult
almost
Community
at
Police Personnel with
we
the address
almost
of
at
their
1K
emergency.
and we still ain't got
Thank
500
you
likes.
so
Oh,
much
y'all
for your
just hating
patience.
now. Y'all are just
Okay.
hating now at this point. But no, I mean, right now, that is my main crusade. Right now, that is my main focus, making sure that justice for the Hadleys becomes a trending topic on multiple platforms, not just mine.
Can I play something real quick? Do y'all want
Sure,
to hear?
please.
Do
What you
y'all
got?
y'all got? That's what. This is why I was saying hit
Actually,
the like button.
actually, no, you ain't. If that's the receipt, you ain't playing that receipt until we got 500 likes.
Well, no, no, no. I know.
And
I was
guess
finna.
what,
I was
Noah?
finna tease you.
And
Listen.
guess what, Noah? I hope you're here, or I hope some of your supporters are here and they're listening to go back and tell you about this very important story that a platform with your ability and reach and influence really should be covering.
Yeah, because this individual, and this is a recording of one of Desiree Perez's attorneys, who is pretty much the person who's like the digital, fixer.
Yeah, we
Laura Gay,
225, we
what
225
you ladies
likes
say?
away
Come
from
on, y'all
being
hit the like
able
button.
from being able to hear this receipt because this is a real receipt. See, this ain't clickbait. See, when I
No,
put a
not
title
clickbait at
together,
all.
when I see, if I'm gonna call you out on something, then I have to be an example. I gotta be an example. I gotta show you a better way. So guess what? When we say we got a receipt, we got receipts, real receipts. Guess what? We actually have real receipts. When I put that in my title, it's actually real. It's actually true. But you ain't hearing it until we get to 500 likes. And now
Can
we're
y'all hear this? Hold on.
190
Yeah, we need.
likes away from being able
Yeah, we
to
need
hear this
189.
receipt.
Miami-Dade County Police Personnel, what's the address of your emergency? Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is.
Okay. So I'm not gonna play it all until we get those lights up, because let me just let y'all know though, background. This is the person who took down our channel a couple of weeks back.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden I think well we'll see how it plays out. But she's the person responsible for going around all the internet streets and getting a lot of content taken away on behalf of Rock Nation. She
Yeah,
works with
they take down everybody else's channel, and YouTube lets them take down everybody else's channel except for Trash It or Grouch. Hmm.
hit the like, y'all. I
We
want to hear the
getting
whole
there,
thing.
but we moving a little slow.
It's slow as hell. It's slow. It's slow. But no, this is a very important piece of information that people need to peep, because you got to see how these people play. I think we all got to understand how these people play. And we're gonna go
Mm.
deeper, because when y'all look at part 4, the finale, what did you think of, you know how everything kind of came together with the fourth installment of the Defending Your Freedom, the Maury Hadley story?
See, this is the thing. Considering that I was the interviewer and I was actually there, that we put the questions together, that we figured out, the tone and the flow of how we wanted to do it. Yeah, it's episode 4. You're not going to want to miss it. Um, because there are a few more things that were discussed and that were dropped off that I had forgotten almost. Um, I love the way we started it out. Noah, I think you'll like the way we started it out too. We were talking about faith and
Yeah,
believing
it
in
started
God.
out with you guys talking about God and her
Yeah,
faith. She was losing faith,
yeah.
and that's
I
why
truly
it
believe in
all
faith.
ties in with this conversation.
Oops. Did I craft my own little version of a lick back? Yeah, I did. Because you should be talking about this. A lot of you should be talking about this, especially you Christian content creators. You should be talking about this. And you're not. You're ignoring it altogether. Now, I understand it. A lot of you care about your channels and a lot of you want to make money. You do. We're still, what, 100 and
131. 131. We need 131.
yeah, before we start
Come on,
playing the
y'all. There's
actual
800 people in
receipts.
here. One, if y'all want to hear it, hit it. 131. Okay, we're getting there. So
Okay.
yeah, y'all started talking about you guys' faith and how she lost faith, and
Mm-hmm.
you really got to look at the situation. But um, Rock Nation employing undocumented immigrants, and this was before the ICE raids was, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you remember that, right? Like she said, I was just like, wait,
I had totally forgotten about that part. We had talked about so much.
there's a
Um,
lot.
yeah,
Rock
I
Nation
mean,
employing undocumented immigrants. Rock Nation employing lawyers to run around and do their dirty deeds to them in these digital streets to block
yeah.
people's Second Amendment. No, not Second Amendment, First Amendment,
First
right?
Amendment rights. Yeah.
First Amendment. And
Well, as
yeah,
long as you
they
got a
just
case, long as you got a case and you on paper, you can't be a Second Amendment anything because you can't carry nothing.
you're damn Skippy.
See, that's how they steal your Second Amendment away from you. They put a phony
110
case
more
on
likes.
you. They put a phony
110 more
case on
likes.
you and they put you on paper and they put a restraining order on you or they have you waiting for charges that they know aren't true just so that you can't carry firearms to protect yourself, which is a Second Amendment right. But see, people who manipulate law and manipulate law enforcement, they know these things.
hmm
Trust me, I
Speaking of
know. I remember the
speaking of
phony charges that
manipulating law enforcement,
mm,
no, not to cut you off. You know about this call with the manipulation of law enforcement. You know about it, right?
mm,
There was
they
so
don't
much
know about it.
involved in that. See, there's so much manipulation of law enforcement involved with this call. This is just like a piece of the puzzle. When you look at part four, you're going to see one of the private investigators who was not sanctioned to be a private investigator. In fact, he was an aggravated stalker. Let's just call it what it is. He stalked the Hadleys, and he followed. Look, tell them your story, because this is how we can give them context on how manipulation is done when it comes to these types of cases.
Well, understand this. When people start calling into law enforcement agencies and they're lying, literally making things up, and the law decides to act on it, it doesn't matter who lied. The second that the law gets involved, as long as they follow procedure, they're in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw it in episode, what was it, episode 3, when they were at the
Three.
farm. When they were
Yeah.
at the farm. And,
No, two
you
was at the
know,
farm. Three was at the
oh, yeah,
was the
3 was,
Martinet,
yeah,
the
that was
bakerette.
it. I'm sorry. So, episode 2, my bad. There's been so many, it's hard to keep up. Episode 2, when they were at the farm, and she had called in. Desiree Perez called in pretending to be Demore's aunt, not her mother, but pretending to be her aunt,
Mm-hmm.
and saying that Demore had been abducted. She had been snatched up. She She was in Taken Part 5,
Right.
and she was being held against her will, and all of this and all of that, right? Her mother called and lied. And then you remember hearing in that episode where the officer says, yeah, but the mother lied. We were here. The aunt lied. Well, no, I mean, she said that he was like, yeah, she lied. We were driving 90 miles per hour. But now that we're here, we won't take them in.
Yeah.
Now, they could have said no. Wonder
But
why
it's
they
about
didn't.
paperwork.
Wonder
It's about
why they
paperwork.
didn't. Exactly.
It's also about influence.
And justifying them coming all the way out there. If they were
Hmm.
going to come all the
Hmm.
way out there, they were going to leave with someone.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
it's funny because calling in lies to law enforcement is actually a crime in itself, especially when you call 911.
It
It's a
is. Come on,
crime.
y'all. 89 more likes. I'm gonna run this because
It's a
y'all gotta hear
crime.
what y'all gotta hear what this lady did. She called. Y'all just gotta hear it. I just want to play it. And yeah, yeah.
No,
When
I
when is
understand.
when is part four dropping though? Just so we know. We I don't know. I mean, I don't know if y'all have
Real
seen
life didn't do it.
Number Three.
Real life hasn't touched this story.
Oh no, they don't. They were supposed to share it, but they shared it on their IG. They didn't share it on their
Real
YouTube.
life hasn't
They
touched this
they
story, not at all.
they didn't want the smoke.
The most that case has been talked about on real life is me talking about it.
When you talk about it.
Oops, did I
77
do
more
that?
likes, y'all. Come on. 77
See,
more likes.
when you truly believe in something, when you truly believe in a cause and you're doing it, you're going to put it all on the line. You're going to put it all on the line. I could have talked about anything, but the truth is, I talked about what mattered. And what matters is this case. This case matters. It really
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
It really does. What we
Come on, y'all.
72? 72? We 72
72
away?
more likes. I mean,
It's taking a lot longer than I would have thought.
Miami-Dade County Police and Fire, what's the address of your emergency? Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is um 8 South.
I'm bleeping out because I don't. We don't want to put nobody's phone
One
number.
No, no, no,
one
no, no.
four.
Stop playing it. Stop playing it. Stop playing it. We haven't even
Private
gotten to
house.
500 likes.
What's your phone number, please? 97
I should dox her number. No, I'm just kidding.
7.
I'm not
No,
gonna do that.
please don't
That's just
do
wrong.
that. We've already
We're not
lost.
in that
We have
business.
already lost two channels. We've already lost two channels. And
She'll come after my Nikes. Boy, you can't walk. You know,
but
them some
see,
Adidas, you
this
know.
this is a great example of being able to make content, being able to put together a thumbnail, and not having to lie to get people to show up to see what it is
Yeah, there's no misrepresentation of what it is that we're talking
at
about. And this is
all.
not AI. This is all real. This is a real
Just like this
phone
foolishness.
call.
Just like this
Oh God.
foolishness.
Oh God. Let's not. Well, yeah.
No, this isn't
All
set in
right,
the
so I
West.
think we're
You
almost
guys
there.
are here on the Jaguar Wright Effect.
Is this no. This is the Jaguar Wright Effect. Yeah, but
Yeah,
y'all can go to Set in the West and
yeah.
sub. Please go to at Set in the West doc one.
Actually,
I'll
hold on
put
a
it. Don't
second. Let me.
let's not do what you did last night.
I'm
'Cause, I
not. I
mean,
got another device.
just the
I got a whole
blew
nother
us all
device.
out the frame. Took it all out the fizzing.
Well, I mean, they were
Yeah,
giving us all
48 more
kinds of
likes.
hell. They were giving us all
40
kinds of hell.
48 more likes, y'all.
All kinds of hell last night. The second that they got us up out of there, though, they made sure we didn't get back. I tell you that. You know, it's just funny to me because a lot of these content creators, they don't have to go through half of the crap that I had to go through. They don't have to go through half of it. They get to easy walk it to their. There's no reason in the world why someone like me shouldn't have a million subscriber platform unless it's being purposefully stopped.
Well,
I could
it's
literally go
evident.
and show all of the emails of people talking about how hard it is to find my channel. And it was funny because somebody had said, Jag, maybe Noah Jacob didn't see, your video. He didn't see what you had or whatever the case may be. But this is the thing. In that AI video that he showed, it actually showed imagery of me interviewing Demore, and it said the Jaguar Wright Show. I'm not sure who administration is. What is this at Real Jag? One silly question. Do Hollywood and music A-listers purposefully slash knowingly pass the heebie-jeebies
They
to
probably
talent,
do.
both male and female? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know plenty of people in the industry, people that I worked with that had the gifts that kept on giving and kept on giving
Oh,
and
wait.
kept on giving it and didn't think nothing about it. I know, I
At,
know people, I had bandmates in former bands that I was in that passed that stuff on to their spouses. So yeah,
admin,
people do a lot of
admin.
stuff.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, but I'm not gonna say who it is. There was a well-known person that they put on Tupac. This was before he passed, right before he passed, and that person had HIV, that had it, and they put that person on Tupac. I don't know if Tupac slashed or nothing, but I ain't gonna say who this person is because oh man, it's whew, yeah. Like I think they knowingly be
They
passing, or
like
they will put.
they like hurting people and they like putting people in bad circumstances. They do.
Yeah, yeah. You could imagine if Pac would have lived, and then if that person did pass the house in Virginia over to Pac, th- my
They would have
God,
they would have loved running with that terrible story. I think we're about 23 away.
23 away.
Well,
Come on,
almost
y'all.
21
I know y'all want to
away.
hear it. 21. Here we go. So this is a call that Laura Getz. She's the CEO of Rock Nation, one of her attorneys who, well, her job right now is to take down all of the negative content that's talking about her in the case, the lawsuit that she has against her from her daughter. So she goes around to all these different digital platforms and get all this content taken down. Before she did that, she was making phone calls to get her daughter's husband arrested. And y'all really got to hear this. Like this is
Yeah,
scandalous.
but I just want people to really understand. Okay, you know what? I don't know why I just did that. I forgot to post the link. There we go. Okay, so guys, I just put a message in the chat and hold on a second. All right, see, I hate when it does
Oh,
this.
my
There we
thing.
go.
There we
All
go.
right, got
Okay.
it pinned. All right, we got it pinned in the chat. So for anybody who wants to
11
get
more.
over to the backup channel, yeah, 10 away. We 10 away, but please keep going. Please keep going. Um, I need you guys to understand this. This lawyer, who, by the way, and you'll find out more in episode 4,
Hmm.
he wasn't even actually licensed to be practicing law at this
Oh
time
yeah.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
She had to be.
So
Oh
she
yeah.
was
I
going
forgot
through
about that.
someone else. So
Y'all really okay? We got 500.
her whole situation was like hella sketchy to begin with. But
Y'all really got to watch
if you
part
guys
four because
were upset about how the Natalie Love person was going to Demore's grief counselor to try to convince her into getting Demore, Baker acted and Marchman acted. If you think that that was bad, when you hear what this lawyer has done, and you got to understand, this is an attorney, this is the same attorney that's been running around putting all of these weirdo copyright strikes on people's channels to get people's channels taken away. They made sure they loaded us up so that they could take down Set in the West and the Jaguar Wright Show. They went out of their way. They did everything that they could do, which is why this business here that Trasha K posted is so funny. It's so funny because Desiree Perez, even though the names were on the copyright strikes, her name was not on the emails that were sent out regarding it. The only names that were on that was the law firm and the lawyer that was heading it up. See, this is how you know this is a lie because Desiree Perez didn't send no emails out. Laura
No.
Gatz did. And
Yeah.
Laura Gatz is the very person who we're about to listen to on this call. And we want to thank y'all for the 500 likes. It took a little long. And welcome to everybody that's still here. I mean, we was at 1,000. We done came and gone, and I don't know. We keep going back and forth. But I'm sorry, we at 700 now. What is this?
Well,
Another silly, hold on. Another silly question.
before we get to the question, I was just gonna ask everybody to sub to my channel. I just need about 50 more subscribers over there so that I could get my threshold. So go to Set in the West Doc One at Set in the West Doc One, please. Okay, so another silly question: who were
I don't
the
know.
prayer warriors that
We're really not
or
involved in that story because honestly, that story about the disgraced CEO
that's
who
just God.
like
That's just
yeah,
God.
yeah, I don't think it was prayer
That
warriors at all. I just think it was karma. No, I think it was karma. I think it was karma.
Well, to
Like
give
it's just
her
that simple.
the lady who was involved, she recently got a divorce, but they were obviously I think they were messing around with each other before,
For
and then
quite some
the
time.
CEO, yeah, and the CEO was still married and was keeping everything on the low, but the woman involved, at least she had the dignity to go ahead and she was getting a divorce. But
And
anyway,
thank
that's
you.
all God.
Thank you for donating to the platform. We appreciate it. And
Yeah,
please,
appreciate you, appreciate
guys, listen to me. This doing this story, it's been the most unpopular story that we've ever done on any of the work that we've done since, we've been teaming up.
you taking a lot of hits, y'all, a lot of
We've taken
hits.
a whole lot of hits. And that's why I find it funny that content creators would have the audacity to even have anything negative to say about us because we're actually out here doing God's work. We're actually out here fighting for these people, So when you start, if you're gonna call yourself, you're gonna label yourself with something, then you should really live up to it, which is why we can't pay it too much attention, but we do need to address it because and I really hope Noah is watching. Like Noah, I hope you're watching. I hope you're listening to this call. I hope all of those people that was what do we call it? What do we call it? When a bunch of people start cheering you on for absolutely no good reason, even when you're in the wrong. Um, I don't know what to call them, but I hope they're listening too.
Line
So that,
monkeys, cheerleaders. I don't know.
oh yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, cheerleaders. I hope your cheerleaders are listening too, because this is actually a Caucasian attorney calling the police to lie on an innocent black man. That's what we're about to listen to. I want to make that
Well,
clear.
no, no, I don't care. Again, he'd be bunny hopping. So, anyway, all
I don't want
right,
to see.
hold
I
on.
saw when Meek Mills was bunny hopping. That didn't work out
What
too
type of
well.
bunny hopping? You know about Umar Johnson, how he talks about the bunny hop, right? He say, "Black queens forever, snow bunnies never." That's what.
Yeah, well, how's that working out for him now?
Y'all want to hear this? Oh God! All right, all right, here we go.
Miami-Dade County Police on fire. What's the address of your emergency? Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is 8 South Terrace. 114. Is this a house, apartment, or business? Private house. Okay. What's your phone number, please?
976 7070. That's the party line, and it's good to go.
Okay, that's 923. Tell me exactly what happened. Yes, I am a lawyer and I represent a client. She was in court on Saturday. The person who lives in that house is a domestic batterer. He's been arrested for assaulting and battering.
Hold on.
She was. Let
me do it on mono. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a little pitchy, a little echoey.
Batterer. She's Miami-Dade County Police on file. I am a.
It's better
Yes, I am a lawyer and I represent a client. She was in court on Saturday. The person who lives in that house is a domestic batterer. He's been arrested for assaulting and battering my client's daughter. The judge
client's daughter
gave him a stay away order, and he was ordered to go Saturday and clean out the house and not come back. He's in the house right now. I don't know what he's doing. We don't know if he's taking things. We don't know what's happening in the house, but this is the second time since Saturday that he's directly in violation of a judge in Miami-Dade County's order to stay away.
So she's lying right there because this was the exact time where she was making this call. Demore was being released from that mental institution, Life Skills, and she gave us proof. Remember when we got all that stuff? She gave us the proof of all that, of just how she's lying, how this person is lying and saying that this was Javon's second time going. I think he was just going there to like feed the cat or take care of a pet, and she's putting extras on it, like, yeah. And again, she mentions, this is my client's daughter. She's talking about Desiree Perez. All right.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm sorry because the person's name is. Yeah. Go ahead. I think we have a call for that area, but give me a moment. Let me have someone look it up. But you don't know what's going on. You just know that he's there. Yeah, he's there, and I want them to coming in and out. And the police have tried to get him before. He's like flips in and out or pretends he's not there, doesn't answer the door.
Yeah, she's capping.
Pause.
It's only a few seconds left. Go ahead.
No, do you hear this? We want him to get caught while he's there.
Mm-hmm.
How did she know he was there?
GPS. They had a GPS.
How was she able to call the? How was the attorney able to call the police?
Technically, I don't think this was the GPS moment. The unlicensed private investigator was following him. And I'm sure the unlicensed private investigator had some type of GPS, because that's pretty much how they get down. But the Raymond Gonzalez guy was following him and followed him, and that's how they knew there.
Thank you, admin. Appreciate you. And we're going to keep on moving. And we appreciate you for coming through. Thank you for supporting the platform. But let's be very clear. These were unlicensed, and you guys saw all of this. Some of these investigators were unlicensed. They were following these people around. This is stalking.
Aggravated stalking.
It's aggravated stalking. So she's using an aggravated stalker to give her the information that she needs so she can get on the phone and call the police to have him arrested at his own house when all he was trying to do was feed his cat. They're doing this to an innocent Black man. I want you guys to think about that. No, I really hope you listen, because this could happen to you. This could happen to you.
The same state where Trayvon was
unalived.
So, yeah. Thanks, Writing for Music. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Writing. No, seriously, I want y'all to think about this.
Stay away order. He was ordered to go Saturday and clean out the house and not come back. He's in the house right now. I don't know what he's doing. We don't know if he's taking things. We don't know what's happening in the house. But this is the second time since Saturday that he's directly in violation of a judge in Miami-Dade County's order to stay away. Okay, give me a moment.
So y'all really got to look at part 4.
The person's name is
really got to look at part
have a
4.
prompt for that
Hold
area.
on.
So give me a moment. Let me have
Let
someone
this
look
run
at it.
out for
So you
another
know what's going on. You
20
just know that he's
seconds.
there. Yeah, he's there, and I want them to catch him while he's there because he also keeps coming in and out, and the police have tried to get him before, and he's like, when he's not there, doesn't answer the door.
This is how these Karens do it.
Give me a moment. I'm going to have someone assist you. Monday,
Okay.
April.
All right, that's it.
We're gonna run it back. But
You want me to run it back?
not right now. Let's let it breathe for a second. I really want people to understand. I want to make sure everyone's getting it clear. To every last content creator who has a large platform, who's heard about this story and knows about this story and is African American. Oh,
Patricia
part
Blair
4
must have
is
saw it on a picture.
you must be over there on Patreon. Salute to our Patreon members. For those who are over there, they were able to get an advance early preview and a watch of episode 4. It's yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. We appreciate that.
Patreon.com/Jaguar Wright.
That's where it is over there for those who want to see it before we um, premiere here on the channel. It's there now. It's I don't. Part 4 is incredible. Thank you, Lindsay.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lucy. She's a patron to that.
Oh, hold on. What is this? Jag, I've always loved your passion and honesty. I hope all your hard work on everyone. You know what? It's already paying off because we're doing God's work. See, that's the thing. It's one thing to call yourself a Christian. It's one thing to call yourself a follower of God. It's another thing to literally take up the mantle and live it. Live it. This is God's work. Us making sure that people hear this. And understand this. This is an exclusive receipt. Oh, and by the way, no fair use.
Oh no,
No
no.
fair use on this.
Oh, they can try to use it. It's already. Don't worry about it. They can try to use it. It's
No
already taken
fair
care
use
of.
on this, okay? Do yourself a favor. Do not try to play this. You know, there are certain people that we don't have a problem with sharing. Noah, if you would like to share this isn't AI content. Yeah, we would be so appreciative if you would show this. Share this information. Something that's not clickbait with your very, very, very large platform. We could use that. We could use that help. We've asked everybody on this app to get involved. We've asked everybody to share because this is an important story. It's one of the most important stories happening this year. And yet it's so far below the radar. But we're going to keep sitting here and we're going to keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it until people have no choice but to acknowledge what's going on. And see, what makes this so relevant is who's behind it. This is a woman who's working on behalf of Rock Nation. This is a Caucasian woman working on behalf of Rock Nation, showing up at court dates she shouldn't even be at, representing witnesses that can't speak English or understand English, having them while they're changing their story over and over and over again. And if that's not bad enough, before Demore is able to get out and get back home and get her bearing, while she's in an Uber, this woman is on the phone. Let's run it again. I want y'all to think about this. Demore gets out of the psych facility that they kept holding her in, trying to keep her and Javon away from each other. And while she's literally in an Uber, this is happening. This is
Miami-Dade County Police on fire. What's the address of your emergency? Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is 8 South Terrace. 114. Is this a house, apartment, or business? It's a private house. Okay. What's your phone number, please? 977-823. Okay, that's 9823. Can you tell me exactly what happened? Yes, I am a lawyer and I represent a client. She was in court on Saturday. The person who lives in that house is a domestic batterer. He's been arrested for assaulting and battering my client's daughter. The judge gave him a stay away order, and he was ordered to go Saturday and clean out the house and not come back. He's in the house right now. I don't know what he's doing. We don't know what's happening in that house, but he's the second time since Saturday that he's directly in violation of a judge in Miami-Dade County's order to stay away.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm sorry, because
the person's name is. Yeah. Go ahead.
I think we have a call for that area, but give me a moment. Let me have someone look it up. So you don't know what's going on. You just know that he's there.
Yeah, he's there, and I want them to catch him while he's there because he also keeps coming in and out, and the police have tried to get him before, and he's like slips in and out or pretends he's not there, doesn't answer the door.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to have someone assist you.
Okay.
Do you realize how illegal that is? How illegal that is. All of this. Hey, ACG. Yes, justice for the Hadley and reform the Baker Act. Indeed. Because it seems like as long as you have the right amount of money and the right connections, you can have anyone held against their will, put in a hospital. If it wasn't for Demore and her keeping her demeanor the way she did, they might have actually given her pharmaceuticals.
Oh, remember this? Hold on.
What?
This girl, this is crazy. We're sorry, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yep.
hold on.
So Javon gets arrested the third time. He's taken to jail. And then to just give you a summary of what happened, Javon spent 40 days incarcerated.
Wow.
Yep. From after that. After that. Ain't that messed up?
Now, let the record reflect. The attorney hired to do that was Alan Levine from Broward. And he had all the evidence that I did this Saturday. No, you have to wait till Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct wasting.
Go ahead.
I know what it's like to lose days, weeks, months of your life because somebody lied on you and because they were able to make it work on the paperwork. See, that's what I've been through. Not menopause yet, but I have been through that. Sure have. I know what it feels like. And I know how triggering it is when you're going through it, when you're there, when you get out. These people were harassed beyond belief. Why does nobody want to tell this story? Why does nobody want to hear this story? But what I find really interesting is the fact that the very people that help perpetrate all of these very unlawful and illegal things against this company are the same people that are running around all over the internet, snatching down people's channels, putting in false copyright claims, doing this, doing that. It's bad enough that you set these people up for a very, 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 very awful experience in life. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that there was real love between these people, if it wasn't for the fact that this was a real relationship, can you imagine how this could have turned them against each other? Can you imagine? What if he had lost his temper one time? He might be sitting in prison now. What if he had snapped? That's what they were hoping for. This is what these people do. They put pressure on your life. They put pressure on your life. They put pressure on your life and hope that they catch you at the right moment so that you can make the worst choice. And then boom, everything that they've been trying to put together on you, now it finally comes true. Why does nobody want to talk about this? Because this could happen to anybody. You know, like I asked Amore, was it episode 2 or episode 3? I said, was there ever, no, it was episode 3. I said, was there ever a moment where you thought your mother was really capable of going this far? And her response was no. Oh, salute, Taryn. Salute to Tawana Houston. Thank you, ma'am. New Rising. Salute. Oh, chat sending peace, love, light. Thanking you all for continue supporting. Oh, listen to me, ma'am. We ain't gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep making sure that this gets the awareness that it needs to get, because this is true. There are too many African American content creators on YouTube that have large platforms like Noah Jacob TV, large platforms, 1 million subscriber platforms. I think there's only been maybe 3 content creators that are 1 million plus that have actually even acknowledged any of this story at all. Salute to the impressive. They also cited some of our content. They cited some of Xavier's content. Um, I don't see anybody using any of Trash's though. I haven't seen anybody use any of her content.
But for what? For what reason?
But what I find very interesting though is that in her interview with Demore, she actually said that her team did research and thought that Demore was paranoid. That's what she said. That her team
That's disrespectful.
did research and
That's
thought she
disrespectful.
was paranoid. So you know what? Let's play that call one more time for the people that think that these people are paranoid.
Hold up.
This is what Trasher K's. What kind of research did they do? What evidence did they look at? I'm curious. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is 8 South Terrace. 114.
Is this a house, apartment, or business?
It's a private house.
Okay. What's your phone number, please?
97 823.
Okay, that's 923. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
Yes, I am a lawyer and I represent a client. She was in court on Saturday. The person who lives in that house is a domestic batterer. He's been arrested for assaulting and battering with my client's daughter. The judge gave him a stay away order, and he was ordered to go Saturday and clean out the house and not come back. He's in the house right now. I don't know what he's doing. We don't know if he's taking things. We don't know what's happening in the house, but this is the second time since Saturday that he's directly in violation of a judge in Miami-Dade County's order to stay away.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm sorry, because
The person's name is go ahead.
I think we have a call for that area, but give me a moment. Let me have someone look it up. So you don't know what's going on, but he's there.
Yeah, he's there, and I want them to catch him while he's there because he also keeps coming in and out. The police have tried to get him before, and he's like, slips in and out or pretends he's not there, doesn't answer the door.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to have someone that's there.
Monday, April 8th, 2024, 15 hours and 0 seconds.
All right.
Thank you, Zion. Thank you for the contribution. And welcome, Ludana Wilkerson. Welcome to Jag Nation. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here and thank you for supporting. This is what we've decided to do with this platform. You know, when I first got online, it was to fight and combat all of the lies and all of the hate and all of the everything that was put against me. I know what it feels like to have people lie on you. I've listened to phone calls like that regarding me Been there. The Gen Z attorney. Yeah, I've been. I haven't seen how much coverage he's doing on it. I'm not quite sure. I know that he was working on the Tory Lanez case. He's interesting. I'm getting to. I'm getting to know him a little better. But no, it's I know what this is like. I know exactly what this is like. I also know what it's like to call into the police and to give them real actionable intel and information, and they say that there's nothing that they can do. See, I also know what that's like. When you're telling them the truth, when you're telling them about crimes that you've witnessed, things that are happening, things that are going on, and they say, "Oh yeah." So it just makes you wonder, how is it that someone can call the police and they can give them information, and the police say, "Oh well, we can't move forward with that because we don't do this and we don't do that." But meanwhile, they're on the phone with this woman. Nobody bothered to ask her how she knew he was there, how she was able to verify that he was there at that moment so that they could get there and catch him while you like nobody asked that question. Nobody asked any of that.
Yeah, yeah. They just took her word for it and just said, "Oh, okay, all right."
That's
Just the
funny.
absurdity.
That's funny. No, but that goes to show you exactly how fallible law enforcement can be, or how easily manipulated and coerced it can be. I don't know how many times I went to the police station reporting actual crimes being committed, saying, hey, this is happening. They're doing this. There are children present. This isn't safe. This isn't good for the community. And instead, I was arrested. They arrested me.
For
I was
what?
arrested
For what?
for disorderly conduct.
And on what basis? Because you came into the
Yeah, to
police
report.
station and said
Yeah,
something? Wow.
to report corrupt
Yeah,
behavior,
how did that
and
case go?
and to ask for their lawyer's information because I had been attacked by one of the police officers as well. Body slammed by a grown man. It's for me. I'm in this fight because I know how unfair all of this is. But I just really want y'all to think about this. And now this same woman who made this call to have a black man thrown in jail for things he wasn't doing. He wasn't doing anything wrong. It was his home. Imagine that
And
being put
then,
out of your own home based on lies being told by someone you've never done anything wrong to. Thank you, Taryn.
I
Thank you
mean,
for
do
supporting
we
the
really want
platform.
to? Do we really want to explore and talk about the anti-blackness that Desiree Perez allegedly has when it's in episode 4 where she said her mom whispered in her ear, if I'm going to have you Baker acted if you
If
continue to
you
be in a
go back
relationship with this
to
with
that
this
ninja,
NIGGE, yeah, exactly.
if you go back to this ninja, I'm going to throw
I'm
you
going to
into
have
a
you
mental
Baker,
institution.
man, it's crazy.
I want you to think about that.
This is
Like,
crazy.
really think about that.
And she
Meanwhile,
runs she
you're
runs an
using a bunch
entertainment.
of yeah, you're
She runs
using a bunch of
she runs a company. No, go ahead.
no, go ahead, you say it. You say it.
I was just gonna say she runs a company that's catering to
Ninjas.
black Americans, black, yeah, the same people she apparently allegedly doesn't like.
Let's be clear about this. When Colin Kaepernick was vying against the NFL, when he started kneeling, there were very real systemic issues that were happening, racial issues that were happening within the league. None of that stuff ever really got sorted out. No, what ended up
Nah,
happening was that Rock Nation came in and overshadowed his activist efforts. With Desiree Perez standing right behind him, we're past kneeling. Meanwhile, it's that whole NFL interaction that has allowed her to be able to list herself as a social justice advocate.
Right.
A social
And
justice
the reason why
advocate.
she didn't have that part in up until that point, mind
Nope.
you.
She
Trump
got
didn't
that part
pardon
in
her then.
2021. That was
After,
2019.
and the reason why she got that pardon is because of the not only the Van Jones situation, but the people over at the NFL. They
Hmm.
rewarded her. They rewarded her and Jay for
Yeah.
that.
For
Now I think,
handing the black dollar back over to them when
yes.
when the blackout boycott was crippling the NFL.
Now, now I think when it's announced that he's going to perform 2026 Super Bowl, I think we should all start boycotting that. Like, I mean,
I
we should be
think
boycotting
it's time to
that anyway.
boycott the NFL, period. Because what
Yeah,
they did
facts.
was use this black pretender and this woman who has a very anti-black agenda in her own personal life to trick the black dollar to going back to the NFL.
Yeah,
And all it took was the halftime show. Oh, well, the
yeah,
halftime shows have been sucking. Oh, if Rock Nation's running it. Oh, the halftime show. Like that's all it took. Just like all it
yeah.
took for people to forget what Puffy, what Diddy did to Natanya Rubin. All it took was that Versace dress that J Lo paraded around in.
Hmm.
The second that she came down the red carpet with him at that dress, it was at the Grammys, I believe. Everyone forgot all about what had happened to Natanya Rubin. All about it. They forgot everything. How are our people so easily distracted? And I'm glad Nessa's speaking out. I'm glad she's coming forward and she's saying something. Salute to her. Because I think people tend to forget how all of this happened. But what I do know is that the more power Desiree Perez gained through Rock Nation, exactly, God did not forget. But in all of that happened, and all of that, as her power grew, I don't know what that was, but it sounded a little scary.
I'm
How do,
making. I'm putting you through the blender. Remember? Never mind.
yeah. Let's stay
I'm
away
making
from
a
that.
fool.
Let's stay away from that,
I
please.
know they're real stupid for that. That's a whole nother. But yeah,
I'm not
the
talking
more
about it.
power she gets, though. Yeah.
But the
We're
more
not. Yeah,
power she
it's not
got,
even
the
worth it.
more the more power that she got, the more domineering she became to her daughter. Now she hacked into her phones back in 2016. We found that out.
Yeah. Hmm.
And you guys will
She
hear
shouldn't
more
have a
about
pardon
that
because
in
of that
episode
alone.
4.
She shouldn't have got a pardon for that alone. A
She had
grown
been
daughter, not a teenager.
surveillancing her adult daughter's communications for 9 years. 9 years. Like this isn't a teenager. This isn't a junior high schooler. I mean, for all intents purposes, she didn't come back in as a full parental figure in her daughter's life until she was a teenager. And then that there was a lot of strain as we've heard Demore talk about. But for all of the content creators that have spoken about this, I don't understand why people aren't focusing more on the receipts and the facts and the details. Like this stuff is crazy. And these people coming after, yeah. And then She started having Javon followed back in 2019. What happened in 2019? They got the bid for the NFL. Demore was working for Iconics. Did a lot of business with Nike. Look at the collusion. All of these people working together to ascend on this couple. For what reason? And guess what? They went through all of that and they're married now. You know, even after all of this, they got married. That's why, you know, I need y'all to be very careful when you come up in the comments, like I do. I need y'all to be very careful when you show up in the comments for yes, Javon's mom. Yes, strong woman. Strong woman. To, to have to go through watching your child, you know, as a black mother, anytime you hear about your grown black son having interaction with the law, it makes your heart skip a beat. It makes you lose your breath for a second because we all know how these things can turn out. You know, I don't think everyone keeps talking about Demore's mom, but they don't really think about how this might be affecting Javon's mother. Um, we know what happens to our boys. And for her to have such a great relationship with her daughter-in-law and for her to be such a supportive mother. And not only that, you know, as Demore has shared with us, Javon's father is no longer here. And he didn't got to really spend none of his life with him. He was a baby when he left because of, you know, so for a woman that's already lost the father of her child, and then she has to sit there and deal with her son being descended upon by the authorities for absolutely no reason at all, while he's being painted to be something and he is absolutely not. You know what? It just play that receipt one more time. Play that just one more time. And please keep this family in your prayers. Keep the Hadley family in your prayers. For an attorney to be able to get on the phone and make sure that the police run down on your child, talking all kinds of craziness about your baby, for absolutely no good reason at all, other than the exercise of the abuse of absolute control and power. Um, well, Madonna says, exactly, Jack. I have a 7-year-old son, and I'm a single mom. We are already going through the targeting and labeling. Yeah, at school. Yeah, little, and the bigger that our boys get, and the older that our boys get, the bigger a threat they become. Even when they're minding their business, even when they're not doing anything wrong. It's hmm, it's funny. People really don't want to believe that this kind of systemic racism is real. They don't want to believe that these kind of things are constantly happening, but they are. I don't know where you are, Odell. I'm waiting on you.
I'm right here. My phone, for whatever reason, this battery ain't holding a charge like it used to. So I have to put it on
Ah,
charging. Let me see. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's not holding a charge like it used to. I
mm.
have to get a new phone. But I'm
Angela
here.
Yee used to be Wu Tang's personal assistant. Did you
Oh
ever
shoot.
cross paths with
Let's
her
not talk about
during your
Angela Yee.
time? Sweetheart, the only thing that I
She
can say about that
she
is
was naked
I
in
wish
the reunited video.
I wish her all the best. I
That
wish
was
her
her.
all the
That was her
best.
naked that was her naked in the reunited video. I don't know if that was really her though.
But I tell you what I do know. When I think about all of the things that I've witnessed in hip hop, and yet that's not that's not the problem. It's the people who are. See, that's why I started speaking out about the Clive Davises and 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 the Lucian Granges and
Hmm.
the people that they have over top of your favorites,
Hmm.
because they put these people in position. They put these people in position to keep their own people in line. That's why when I start hearing people say stuff like, "Oh my goodness, what you doing? You tearing down black men and you just mad and you going after black billionaires and whoopty whoopty woo and yada yada yada." But see, they didn't become black billionaires because of anything they did. They became black billionaires because of what they agreed to do to their own people. Nobody really pays attention to that. That's why they're billionaires, because they were willing to betray their people, because they were willing to lead their communities astray, because they were willing to take their names and put their names all over all kinds of alcohol and all kinds of this and all kinds of that. You know, this is what they did. And then they targeted great figures. Michael Jackson was targeted. Prince was targeted by people that had they skin color. How can't people see that? These are people who came from very, very, very sketchy backgrounds that did all kinds of things. Hmm. And
Hmm.
salute to all of their survivors. Because while people like me and people like Natanya Rubin and people like the Hadleys, there's so many survivors. We got to sit around and listen to people blindly praise these people who wouldn't even piss on you if you was on fire unless they could take the rest of the money out of your pocket and go give it back to the man. Because that's where all of their money goes back to. LVMH, the Louis Vuitton Corporation, is not a black owned business, but they own a lot of black businesses, though. I think everybody keeps forgetting that. LVMH Corporation is a majority shareholder in Rock Nation, just like it's a majority shareholder in Rihanna's company, Fenty. These aren't black owned businesses. Are we forgetting the Louis Vuitton Corporation just got busted for selling all of y'all a bunch of overpriced crap that you could have got in China for $50?
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to think about that. While people are running around talking about black billionaires and black excellence, these black people have sold themselves to white corporations. When did he start having problems? When he started expecting more than he should have from Diageo, the liquor corporation, where he tricked all of y'all into drinking all of this crap while people were being pharmaceuticaled out and all of this stuff. And this is what we're calling black excellence.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the standard of black excellence is a bunch of akata who are willing to sell a bunch of very harmful and very unnecessary things to
You,
bleed their
you,
communities dry,
you're,
to
you're,
give the
you're
money to the
not,
white
you're not
man.
gonna, You're not going to continue to say that term with me on here. Sorry,
What are you talking about?
it's very offensive. What you just said, the African term that they use.
Well, I didn't want. I can't say the. I can't say the ninja.
Just say heathens. Call them heathens because that's what they are, right? Or call them, who they really are. I
Why you?
call them. See,
Why
that's the
you mad
thing.
at? Why you mad at the accountant? Why you mad at that?
Yeah, I'm offended by that term. I'm very
Why?
offended
It ain't no different
because
than why? What? Tell me. Regale me with your
it just
queries.
just just because and yeah, just because I don't think it's you know I just don't like the term. That's all. But
A lot of people don't
yeah.
like it.
Oh, I know, and we're vocal about it. It's no need to disrespect ourselves. That's really what it really boils down to. If
That part.
we're gonna have a religion. The religion is self respect, right?
Hmm. You always
No,
say that.
Jacob, his religion is Christianity. Cool. My religion is self respect. So yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Until we stop pretending and lying to ourselves and lying to each other and carrying these lies around like dogs carrying bones between one another. Black excellence, none of this is excellent. The
Well,
things that they're
getting rid
doing
of
and the
the
people that they're hurting,
getting rid of the cancer in the community is self respect. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And guess what? All of this idol worship, all of this, you know, uh, materialism, worship. I know people that would sacrifice everything for a car or a coat or a piece of jewelry, but wouldn't do a thing for their own family. It's,
Mhm.
I was, you remember we were talking the other day and I was telling you about, you know, when I was in the industry, young in the industry, and I was playing a game, I was doing what we were expected to do as artists. And
Mhm.
I was talking about my $1,500 haircut and not with a weave, just my hair, my $1,500 haircut. And I had to go to this salon and I had to have this person do my hair. And you had to shop at this store and you had to have this person as your personal shopper. And you had to do all of these things, spending $25,000 just to go out and get dressed to go to an event. All of that money. And when I look back at it now, I'm like, wow, what a waste. What a waste
Yeah.
all of that was. And having to buy all of these things. And then I was sitting there thinking, just, all of this was done so that when we went out into the world and the people that saw us and looked up to us would say, I want to look like her. I want to wear my hair like her. I want to wear those clothes. I want to have that car. I want to do this. I want to do that. But most of the people that were trying to live up to that lifestyle could not afford it. They couldn't afford it. But I know a lot of girls that caught retail cases and ended up having criminal records, stealing credit cards so that they could try to keep up with that, so that they could try to look like a Mary J. Blige, so that they could try to look like a Beyonce, so they could try. You see what I'm saying? I know plenty of
Mhm.
people who rob people, unalive people, so that they can have that chain from Jacob the jeweler because their favorite rapper went to Jacob the jeweler. Meanwhile, all of the money that we were making, we was giving it all right back to them. How many times have y'all really paid attention and listened to what Taraji P. Henson was saying when she was talking about how just because she got 20 million for a movie didn't mean that she made $20 million, and how by the time the entire team and everybody in the clothes was paid for and the wigs was bought and the this was paid for and these assistants were paid for and the travel was paid for, she had nowhere near that. She was sitting there crying, crying, because most of the money that artists make, they don't get to keep. They got to spend to put it back into the system. Because if you don't do this, then guess what? You don't get invited to this award show, and then you don't get picked up for this project, and then you can't work with this
Mhm.
artist. See, it's a hamster wheel of foolishness. It's a blender of foolishness, because the artists aren't really getting rich either. They got to keep paying that money out just so that they can be down, just so that they can be a part. So they're
Hold on,
encouraging their community, huh?
I'm gonna come right back. Hold on.
Okay. They're encouraging their communities to spend a bunch of money and rob and steal to live this fantastical life that's not even real. Most of them end up ruining their lives trying to chase it down and trying to become a part of it. And then the artists, whatever money they're making, they have to keep spending it just so that they can be in adjacent to all of this other stuff. But the people that's really making all of the money is the corporations. Like, let's just be clear. A lot of you have heard how Desiree Perez said herself, Rock Nation during the COVID was on the verge of being bankrupt. Can you imagine a billion-dollar corporation that needs to go out and get PPP loans? I tell you who didn't have to get a PPP loan, the LVMH Corporation. They didn't need no PPP loans. See what I'm saying? But see, they want to trick you into believing, oh, Black excellence. Oh, no, no. It's no different than a casino. If you get to win a jackpot, you better leave while you got it in your hand, because the longer you stay, the house always wins. You got so-called billionaires needing loans, personal and business. A true billionaire doesn't need a loan from anyone. They have it. And guess what? If they're leveraged, then they just wait and live off the interest of the money until the market gets better or something else comes along. But they don't need to go and get a loan. Like the simple fact that Mr. Carter wants to sue Tony Busby for $170 million. That's wild. Because the reason why he wants to sue him is because he got denied loans. One for 120 million and then one for 50 some odd million. Loans. Okay? Not owned money, loaned money. I want you to think about that. So he wants Tony Busby to give him 170 million for money that he was going to have to pay back. He's not suing Tony Busby for 170 some odd $1 million loan. No, he wants him to give him that money for the money that he couldn't get loaned to him. How does that not sound insane? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense to you. Put a 2 in the chat if that sounds absolutely insane. You want to sue me. And you want me to, I'm explaining to them the fallible nature of how all of this so-called Black excellence works. Man, I know you made a mistake when you put that 1. I know you're not that crazy. I was talking about the lawsuit that Mr. Carter is trying to lobby against Tony Busby for $170 million because he couldn't get $170 million worth of loan.
That don't even
Why
make
should this?
sense.
Why should this man have to give you money for money you were going to have to pay back?
Yeah, exactly. As I said, it don't make no sense.
It's a loan. Like the bank wasn't just giving you. Last time I checked, banks ain't giving away $50 million PPP loans. Banks ain't giving away $120 million PPP loans. Like that was a government thing. That's not a bank thing. See, the PPP loan came from the government, and for whatever reason, y'all didn't have to pay nobody back. Ooh, how lucky. You got to keep that money. Y'all got that money for free on the government's head. All came from taxpayers. Is anybody not paying attention to that? All of that PPP money that was loaned out, that's government money. That's money that came from the taxpayers' dollars. Am I wrong? So let's be clear. Rock Nation was able to stick around using taxpayer dollars. It sounds like they just used to getting a lot of favors done. It sounds like they used to just taking advantage of the system and getting a lot of stuff going on. But to have the audacity to sue somebody for the money that you couldn't get on a loan and say you should just have to give it to me. But then again, I mean, Tony Busby just won, what was it, like a $500 million lawsuit? I guess he figured he got it. So let me stick you up for it. I guess he want to go back to Brooklyn, huh? Meanwhile, what they seem to be most interested in is getting a casino running in Manhattan, which is supposed to help the Black community. In what way? I do not know. Because I've never heard about a casino that actually helped any community, let alone a Black one. But then again, the Barclay Center, that was supposed to help the people too, and that turned out to be quite the disaster. Why do people why do people keep playing these games? Hmm? Why do people keep lying to themselves? Yeah, that's what they worried about now. That's what Rock Nation is worried about now. Getting casinos in Manhattan. When the statistics show that once you put a casino in an area, it brings nothing but trouble to that area. Those are the statistics. I know. My family, Atlantic City, I watched all of the casinos come in. I remember when Trump Towers and all of that went up, Trump Plaza and all of that went up. I remember. And guess what it brings? Pharmaceuticals, prosty, theft, alcoholism. Like that's what all of this stuff brings.
Yeah.
That's what casinos bring. So to sit there and listen to Charlemagne the Fraud and DJ Envy, I introduce you to my friends so they can rob you. Um, hey, 80 of y'all people that listen to my show every day, I need all 80 of y'all to give my friend all of your money so all of you can own a piece of the same house. This is Black excellence. Robbing people who worked hard for their money while you scamming them out of it so you can give it to the man. Because all of this money just goes right back to the man. Yeah, this is crazy. Buffering. Figures. They don't want you dropping knowledge. Buffering.
Well, no, you're good. We're not buffering. Maybe it's just on their end.
Like casinos don't help nobody. They don't help nobody. And a casino in the middle of Manhattan is like doomsday for Manhattan. Like real rap. It's doomsday. And I promise you this, it don't matter how many Black employees are in there. It's going to be a bunch of white executives. But see, this is
Yeah,
what our
things isn't
people do.
changing.
This is
Well, you
what
got
our
to
people
look
do.
at Title. Title, who did he hire? He claimed black excellence and this and that, and Title was nothing but white people that he hired. It was nothing but people. Come on, he could have went and got a whole bunch of mixture of people to. It was nothing but Caucasians
It wasn't no
chasing him.
DEI. It wasn't DEI, that's for sure. It
It's not
wasn't
about
DEI at all.
it's about himself. It's about his bottom line.
I don't know if it's about himself or if it's about the people that are running him. Because if anybody thinks that these so-called elitist celebrity puppets are running the show, you're very wrong. Bye, Randolph. Welcome. Welcome, Randolph. It's all a scam. That's why they don't like people like me. That's why they don't like people like Odell. That's why they don't like the kind of people that we consort with. Because we're always preaching community and unity. These people are preaching domination and elitism. Oh, it's exclusive. It's exclusive. No, it isn't. It just excludes. That's all. Like people need to understand what exclusive means. The root of that word comes from the word exclude, which means to separate. There's no God in that. God has never been the kind of God that preached separatism amongst his people. He wants all of his people to come together. He wants us all to love each other. He wants us all to work with each other. He wants us all to
Hmm.
help each other build. That's God.
Yep.
God is unity. The devil is exclusion. Y'all got to start looking at these words for what they really are. Oh yeah, exclusive, exclusive. No, that's not what you think it is. But see, they hype us up. They hype us up and they get us to try to believe these things as if they're real. And guess what? All of it so that they can give the money to somebody else because clearly they don't have it. If you need
Mm-mm.
loans, if you're a billionaire and you need a loan, you
I'll
ain't
say
no
like
billionaire.
what one of my OGs said. If when he said about the church, he said if 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 God need if God need my dollar, he's in bad shape. Like when he's talking about tithing, because he wasn't a tither. And I laughed at that, but this guy's
Well,
supposed to be whole. He's supposed to be the Almighty, and
well, see, this is the thing. That's
he
not what
needs that
tithing is
dollar.
about, though. No, but that's not what tithing is about. Tithing is about reinvesting. No, I'm just saying it's about reinvesting back into your community. Unfortunately, a lot of these religious houses have made a joke of it. So it makes statements like that relevant. Like, I don't think a lot of Christians understand that the
Solution
reason.
the
Go ahead.
solution for that would have just been bank. I mean, a church is already a nonprofit, so why not start a credit union? Boom. Then you can give out loans, and then you could do what? Give people money for cars, give people money for properties, blah blah blah. You get what I'm saying? That's real simple, but that let me not get started.
No, what you're talking is uplifting. You're talking upliftment. You're talking about each one teach one, each one help one. Yeah, but that's not the way it works. No, because they need someone to lord over other people. It's when I look at all of these religious houses with these wealthy ministers and they have all of these poor parishioners in their churches that are struggling and suffering and they don't go and help these people every now and then a turkey drive, every now and then a clothes drive, every now and then school supplies, whatever the case may be. But if you're not investing back into your church to help your parishioners live as well as you, because see, the better they are, the better everyone is. But there's Kingdom people think one way and demon people think another.
Mm-hmm.
And the true kingdom is the people. So it's for me, I was always a religious tither. But what I started learning is that my tithes don't need to just go to a church.
Yeah.
10% of your money or 10% of your time. And we spend a lot of our time trying to educate our people, trying to share and open up the door for people to hear what's going on so we can become more activated, so we can become more knowledgeable, so we can make better choices for our future that will help impact our neighborhoods and our families. That's tithing too.
Yep.
It's you got to learn how to invest. There used to be plenty of times that, if I had cash, if I had money, I would give to people who I knew needed it. I never asked them what they was doing with the money. You know, I mean, we have to learn. We have to learn how to care for one another and do right by one another. It's just we're not going to be able to see what needs to be done though until we cut through all of the crap and all of the bullshit that's going on. One story at a time, one survivor at a time, one cause at a time. You guys know what we're all about. Cruelty-free artistry. That's what we're looking, and they don't want that to happen. They really don't. They don't want that to happen at all. But we're gonna make it happen. Yeah, it's called a servant's heart, and that's really what it is.
It's already happening. It's already manifesting.
hmm Our whole goal is to create a space where people can create and can have without being controlled by anything other than God. Exactly. God is in control. We want to create a space where people can make their money and get to keep their money and walk away from it because they earned it, not have to give it over to this company that takes all of this and that takes all of that gives it to something else and it never makes it back to the community. No. The business model that we're hoping to manifest in the very near future for cruelty free allows the company to grow and to build, but it also allows the artists who participate in it to walk away with their earnings. We don't want to take nothing from nobody, and shouldn't nobody want to take nothing from nobody. But see, they need that structure to stay that way so that they can continue to keep seducing people into believing that these contracts and these companies are anything other than slavery when that's all that it is. I just explained to y'all as an artist what came down. And I'm going to tell you something right now. The second that I stopped buying those clothes, the second that I stopped going to that hair salon, the second that I stopped investing money in this, the second that I stopped partying here, the second that I stopped eating dinner here at the standing table, the second that I stopped buying into their structure, guess what happened? My shows started drying up. My office started drying up. I wasn't considered for this endorsement. I wasn't considered for this campaign. I wasn't. It's crazy. It is. It's nothing but modern day slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but. So once again, episode 4 is coming soon. Keep your notifications on. If you have to unsubscribe and resubscribe, just do that because they playing all kinds of games. It's going to be hitting soon, and we want you guys to really, really, really just soak all of this in, because all of the money that the consumers have been given to this company, like companies like Rock Nation, it's enabling them to do the things that they're doing. The people's real lives. Thank you, Lady Classic. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Um, I just before we go, Odell, can you just run that receipt one last time? I want that to be the last thing y'all hear before we leave up out of here. I want y'all to remember that absolute power, it corrupts. Absolutely. Like completely, it enthralls. These people want access to all of this money so that they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it, so that they can play God, so that they can make people do what they want them to do, when they want them to do, how they want them to do. That's what this is all about. And we love y'all right back. But a company like Cruelty Free Artistry isn't going to be possible until we're able to stop the oppressors from doing the things that they're doing. We have to create that space for it. Oh my God. Yes, justice for the Hadleys. And salute to
You know,
all the hashtags and salute to everybody who's brave enough to support this story. I just wish there were more people that were interested in supporting real stories rather than clickbait ones. Thank you, Kat. We're invested in this mission too. So take it away. That was a hell of a yawn.
Yep.
Miami-Dade County Police and Fire, what's the address of the emergency?
Thank you so much. Yes, the address of the emergency is God, 8 South Terrace. 114.
Is the house, apartment, or business?
It's a private house.
Okay. What's your phone number, please?
97
976-7070.
82
Okay, that's
823.
What did you say?
exactly what happened.
It said
Yes, I am
Stop
aware
it,
of
stop
the
it.
client. She was in court on Saturday. The person
976-7070. That's the party line and it's good to go. Remember
You a
that?
mess. You a mess.
I am a lawyer and I represent a client. She was in court on Saturday. The person who lives in that house is a domestic batterer. He's been arrested for assaulting and battering my client's daughter. The judge gave him a stay away order, and he was ordered to go Saturday and clean out the house and not come back. He's in the house right now. I don't know what he's doing. We don't know if he's taking things. We don't know what's happening in the house, but this is the second time since Saturday that he's directly in violation of a judge in Miami-Dade County's order to stay away.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm sorry, because
The person's name is yeah. Go ahead.
I think we have a call for that area, but give me a moment. Let me have someone look it up. So you don't know what's going on. You just know that he's there.
Yeah, he's there, and I want them to catch him while he's there because he also keeps coming in and out, and the police have tried to get him before, and he's like flips in and out or pretends he's not there, doesn't answer the door.
Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to have someone assist you.
Yep. That's Laura Gatz. That's who that is. Of the Reed Smith law. Taking down all content that is slandering or not slandering.
They're
Taking down
calling
all
it slander.
content. That's what they're calling it. But taking down so-called slander. But just, yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous, y'all.
They're calling it slander because they don't want anybody to know what they were actually doing. Like, this is sad. They're actually committing crimes to cover up the crimes that they've committed.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of speech is real. And everything here that we've shared is protected by our First Amendment right for free speech. If you intend on sharing this content for fair use to spread the word of what's going on, what's actually going on, you ain't gonna have no problem with us. But if we find any of you playing any monkey business with any of the stuff that we're going after, be advised, you won't notice. We're not playing no games. The culture of defaming and slandering and harassing people just for the purpose of exercising your power it's kind of disgusting. And to know that that was an attorney that got on the phone and made that phone call, to have an innocent black man put in jail, to have him separated from his woman that he's been with for nearly 2 decades, and
Mm-hmm.
to try to make a criminal out of him because he was trying
You
to
want the
make sure that his animals didn't starve, thrown out of his
mm-hmm.
own home that he still had to pay the bills for. It- it's a it's just kind of it's kind of insane, so I just want y'all to
Sad.
take that and put that on your hearts. Yes,
Sad. No, I say it's sad. It's sad. The abuse of power.
it is. And yet people run around praising these people. They run around praising them. And the truth is, they really don't have much respect for human life at all. So, you know, before you start encouraging people to follow these companies and to stream their content and to help them make money in any way to buy their ticket concerts, I want you to think about that. I want y'all to think about that. Because the proceeds from all of those concerts, like the Beyonce concerts and the Megan Thee Stallion concerts, they pay all of these people to do all of these terrible things.
For
Yes.
9 years.
Yeah. Yes. Demore has done. Her and Javon, they really worked hard to have just a good, decent life, a good God fearing, decent life, and love their family and take care of their
So
family.
we're
But
talking about 9 years. For
Yes.
9 years, your mother
Yes.
has been prying into your life. So when you go back now and you look at everything that has happened, and then you look at the timeline, which is why I'm glad we're taking this time to do this, really extensive breakdown of everything. She was literally in control and able to track your movements to know when to do everything. This is a lot of attention, negative attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm still trying to understand why certain people totally lose sight of love and think that control and manipulation is a proper substitute. This is terrible.
No, it's terrible. And I found that out again March 24th, going back to the Homeland Security incident. I was able to prove one by one, and I can give you the photos. Like the burn photo with me cooking was not Javon abusing me. There was a picture of like my legs. So on October 2023, we went to a football game and I freaking fell in front of everybody in the parking lot. There was a hole in the parking lot and I fell through the hole, lost my sneaker. The parking lot people had to block it out. It was terrible. I literally sent pictures to my whole family, put it on Instagram. She saved it, cropped out the video audio, and submitted that as like, oh, Javon beat her.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
justice for the Hadleys, indeed. I can't imagine. And to Javon's mother, we love you and we're praying for you. You guys know the rules around here. Pray for a victim, pray for a survivor. But tonight, please pray for the Hadleys. Both of them gagged, unable to speak to the public regarding any of these matters, unable to speak up for themselves. So they
Well,
have us.
they are on Twitter, but we ain't talking to them about the
No
not
talking about
talking
the
to them
case.
about the case at all. But you could follow them on Twitter. What is their Twitter? Both of them are on Twitter. I think it's Maury Hadley
She's more right. Yeah.
247, something like that. Yeah.
And
So yeah.
we'll make sure that we share it for anybody who wants to. We'll post it up for anybody who does want to follow them. And I hope you guys can follow them just to get to know them.
Yeah,
It's
they're
part of the
cool.
thing that I love the
They're
most
cool.
about our interview
Approval to
series
be
that we
good
did
enough.
with her.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, you were playing it. It's fine.
No, I was actually that was an accident.
Oh, no, getting to know them on some level, and it's one thing to hear a story, but when you get to know the people and you get a sense of them, story hits different. That's what a lot of the issue that I've had when it comes to this, not wanting this story to get lost in the celebrity meat grinder, because they're not celebrities. These are just normal, regular people, good God-fearing people. And if it can happen to them, it can happen to anybody. So, on that note,
You
don't
still ain't
believe the
said
hype.
when. You still ain't said when part 4 is dropping, but
Well, I
y'all just
figured we
stay
were gonna
tuned.
we were gonna figure that out after this, and
Whenever, yeah, whenever
post it
you
up.
want.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
post it
whenever
up.
you want.
It's gonna be soon. I just wanted to make sure that we had everything that we needed because I thought there was something else, but
No,
in
I
our
told
notes that
you.
we needed to look at.
No. There's going to be another. Yeah, I got to do a deeper dive into that third arrest.
Mm,
Yeah, but that's separate. So don't trip. That's separate. That's going to
okay.
be yeah.
Yeah, because understand this, guys. After episode 4, we're not done. That's
Yeah,
just
it's still a
that's
lot
the
more to
first
unveil.
that's the first leg of justice for the Hadleys, for the Jaguar Wright Effect. We will be taking a deeper dive into all of the cooperating bad actors that played a part in this. We're unveiling everything. We're kicking over all of the pots. We want you guys to see how this works.
I wouldn't be surprised if a RICO is to be to come out of this case,
Hmm.
because there's so many people working to conspire
Mm-hmm.
to deceive these two people. Yeah.
In a very coordinated effort.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to understand this. Demore was in the facility. Javon was feeding the cat. People were following him to where he was going, making phone calls saying, hey, he's there. So this attorney can get on the phone and then call. This is an organization.
Yeah. And then for him to do 40 days in jail over some BS, it's ridiculous, y'all.
It's yeah, keep your notifications on and make sure you guys are sharing. Put it in your timelines, share it on other social media platforms. Let everybody
I'll be
know.
putting I'll be putting some more stuff because me myself personally, this Laura Gatz person is who I'm on. So when y'all go over to Set in the West, y'all probably see some stuff over there about her from time to time, just talking about these individuals who abuse the power of they try to stomp down on our First Amendment, on our free speech. Now, don't get it twisted. You're online. Let's circle back to what we was talking about before in the first half. It's your responsibility to put information out there that's right and exact. None of the clickbait, none of the misleading, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's out there, small content creator, putting out pertinent information that it's right and exact, all you're doing is just reporting the facts. There's no reason that an organization should come after them just out of spite, just out of to protect
And to
their
quiet,
client. Yeah,
no, to quiet because it looks just as bad for them as it does for their client. See, when you start setting people up and you're an officer of the court, you're putting yourself in position to lose that that title. Her coming after all of these content creators, she's helping cover up the part of the conspiracy that she's a part of. It's all hands on deck
Mm-hmm.
because this was without a doubt a conspiracy to try to make a young black man something that he was not. This was a conspiracy. It was a whole plot. I don't even know how anyone could look at it any other way. It was too much. So yeah, for those of you who are over on Patreon, it's over there now. And for those of you who are not, episode 4 is coming very shortly. I ain't gonna make y'all we ain't gonna make y'all wait much longer. But spread the word. Spread the word because people need to hear this story. And to content creators who are out there, um, if you want to report on E, can you just report accurately? And right now, this is what I'm on. I'm really not interested in seeing anybody have anything to say about me that has nothing to do with justice for the Hadleys because this is important. This is what I'm on. There's nothing else for anyone to talk about regarding me. The Diddy trial is over. We'll see what happens with the sentencing. There's more stuff popping out every day. Justice for the Hadleys. That's what I'm focused on. So if you want to, don't clickbait, just share. Share the information. And on that note,
Y'all
we
hit the
out of
like,
here.
hit the like on the way out, and subscribe to
Set in the
the
West
channel,
Dock 1, the backup.
and
Don't forget,
subscribe to
it's
Set in the
pinned
West
here.
Doc 1. Yeah.
It's pinned here. And if you ever want to be a part of our live chats here, just become a member because we are a members driven content creating hub. We are a members only community. This is what we do here, and we
Well, I'm
do
not
that
members.
to keep out the.
I'm not members only. So you get over to my channel if you want to talk mess. I'm gonna cuss your ass out. It's all good though. It's all love.
You'll be members only there soon enough, I'm sure. And if not,
All right.
he's gonna put it all out on Front Street.
Yep. Y'all check out the pods all on Front Street. Yeah. We got another one. In fact, let's get in the studio to knock that out.
Yeah, we
We
got to
got
get
another
back
one.
into the studio. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about exactly what we've been talking about.
All right, y'all. Well, salute and to anyone who went over to Real Life Street Stars and supported my new interview series over there. Thank you. Appreciate you for that. And yeah, we out. Peace.